Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper here with
Amber Howell.
and it's Tell All Tuesday.
It is.
And we've been gone for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Did you miss us?
I hope they did.
I hope they didn't.
But while we were gone, I had two back surgeries.
Two back surgeries.
On the same day.
That's right.
And I went in for one, and when the doctor came in, he said, you really need such and such too. And I was saying, well, how soon can you do that? And he said, well, we could do them both today. And I went, okay.
Okay, get it out of the way.
And
one and done.
did it.
And that's what happened.
I'm telling you, you don't stay in the hospital now.
They send you home.
They send you home.
You recovered completely at home.
I was there at 5:30 in the morning, and I was home by noon, I think.
Yeah. That's good, though.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't like being in the hospital, that's for sure.
But I had it done in Macon, Georgia, and the people at this hospital where I had it done, Atrium, I think it's called, were so nice.
Yeah. I heard. You told me.
They were
just great.
They were fantastic, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
They were very competent. They all seemed like they knew exactly what they were doing, but they were just friendly,
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get you through this.
And that means a lot when you're going through surgery, especially. A big deal kind of thing.
I don't know if I told you this or not, but I'll tell you again on Tell All Tuesday. But they took me back and went into the operating room, and everybody had hairnets and masks on. And this one woman was like working with the anesthesiologist, and she had a mask on, and she was putting a mask on me, which I don't think I'd had done before. Breathe.
Yeah.
And she leaned down, and I was nervous. I won't say I was nervous about it. And she leaned down, whispering, and she said, "Don't worry." She said, "We are all here to take the best care of you, and we're going to do our best to make sure you have the best surgery possible."
That's so awesome.
And
that would have helped me a lot.
And, I didn't remember, but she said that, and I went out because I was under that when she was telling me that. And so I didn't think about it till I got home, and I thought, I remember her saying that.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing I heard was, "Don't worry."
Was she like an anesthesiologist assistant?
I don't know. And I didn't get her name or anything, but I just thought, what a comfort that was to do it. And then that was like 2 days before Christmas. And then the next week, on the Monday before New Year's, we had our little gathering.
We had our office party, if you will.
Our office party.
We got together, Jackie and his wife, Miss Terry, me and my husband, Cody, Walker, who worked with Jackie, the intern, who worked with Jackie for, how long was Walker around?
Not long enough. I miss Walker.
I know, he was great.
About a year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah. Walker came, and Lauren and Andren came.
And Andren, who do my YouTube.
Yeah, who filmed for Jackie's YouTube movie reviews.
And we had a great time.
Yes, it was great time.
But you and I were talking, it was, and y'all may be in situations like this, but there were, Walker, and then Lauren and Andren.
Yes.
And then Amber and Cody, and me and Terry. And the odds of this group ever meeting and being friends,
it's like 0.01.
It's like, yes, because we all are in different areas.
Different phases of life. Lots of different interests. But it was like, what are the odds that this group of people would ever just be having dinner together? And
the great thing is, though, that we are so compatible.
We are. We had a great time. We did not stop talking. There was not one silent moment, I don't think.
And everybody was talking.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one person talking.
Right.
It was fantastic.
It was so enjoyable.
It really was.
It was fun. I was going to tell you, Jackie, that's why we need to do that twice a year instead
of we're going to have
just
to
the Christmas
plan it
party.
Out. Yeah. And get it done that way.
Yeah, summer and winter.
The summer and winter.
Yeah.
Because we don't see each other.
We don't.
All
you
together.
And I
see, but all together.
Yeah.
I see everybody. But
never all together.
Never all together.
Yeah.
And it works out good.
It does.
But you dropped it on me right before we went on air that during the last time that we met for this, you have been rewatching
Yes.
Pretty Little Liars.
Pretty Little Liars. The chokehold that TV show used to have on me, Jackie. I watched that religiously.
Who was the main star of that?
It's Troy and Belisario, Lucy Hale, Ashley Benson.
Lucy Hale's who I think about.
And Shay Mitchell. Those are the 4 girls. Those are the 4 liars. The 4 main girls. And they're being stalked by A. Because you didn't watch this.
No.
I wish you had, because we could have some really good discourse about this show. If you haven't watched Pretty Little Liars, don't listen to this. But the way that show ended, Jackie, in 2017 was horrible. It was the worst ending to a show.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to
ever.
say one of the best endings ever.
No. It was horrible. Horrible.
It just left you hanging?
It didn't leave you hanging, but the conclusion was just so subpar. Not even subpar. Less than subpar.
Well, now, how many seasons was it?
7.
7
So I watched that show for 7 seasons just to get that answer. It was awful. Because it's a whodunit kind of thing. Because it's a mystery show. And you finally get the answer to your question in the very last episode.
Now, I have seen Lucy Hale and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the others, I haven't seen.
Shay Mitchell was in You, the Netflix series. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched the first year. I don't think I watched.
She was in the first season. Ashley Benson, I don't know that she's done much. She was in Spring Breakers with like Selena Gomez several years ago. And then Troy and Belisario, I think she's kind of gone the producer route.
I never heard of her.
She plays Spencer on the show. Yeah.
Well, what prompted you to rewatch?
Well, I kept seeing people talk about it on TikTok, actually. And I was just like, you know what? During my holiday from school and Jackie,
I could be reading a good book.
We won't be reading. We will be watching Pretty Little Liars. And I have watched the first season. I'm on the second season. And it took me about a week, maybe, to finish the first season. If that tells you anything, I've been doing absolutely nothing during my break, which has been so nice. But I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing and see if my viewpoint on it has changed, because it came out in 2010. So I was like in 7th grade when it came out.
15 years ago.
15 years ago. And there's a lot of topics in that show that at the time I didn't think much of, but now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, that's terrible. So I'm rewatching it to get a different viewpoint on a lot of the plot lines of the show.
I think I told you off camera that I'm working on my top 10 list.
Yeah, for 2024. Top 10 movies, not
top
TV shows.
10 movies that I saw in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And it is difficult.
Yeah.
There are so many movies that they said, this is the movie of the year. This is the best thing ever.
Do you have your number one?
Pretty much.
But you're going to save it.
I'm going to save it. But it just shows that I'm not in tune with the new movie makers.
You don't like them very much.
I don't.
Uh-huh.
There was some movie of Honora.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, Honora here. Everything's Honora. And it was the most chaotic movie.
You didn't like it.
I don't like chaos.
Yeah.
They were always looking for somebody in a crowd of people, or running down the street looking for somebody. It was just chaotic. Slow down, focus. Let me learn these characters.
Right.
Find out what you're doing.
Right.
It's just
not your vibe.
This has been one of the worst years.
Yeah. Well, I have to ask, and
okay,
maybe you can tell me. Is Wicked going to even make your top 10
Oh, yeah,
list?
Wicked's going to make my top 10.
Okay.
Probably down like 6 or 7.
Okay, but definitely not number one.
But you can go back to your little cold list.
Mm-hmm. Because I think I've seen more than 10 movies this year. I think I have.
You could do your 5 out of your 10.
I could do 5 out of 10. I really could.
Good.
I'll think about it. You know what's going to be on that list for me?
Wicked,
yeah, but The Fall Guy.
You love The Fall
that
Guy.
movie. That was such a good movie. I love that one. It's probably not going to be on your list, though, is it?
No, it won't.
That's fair. I'll give it the credit it deserves.
But the last thing, this is the funniest thing that crossed my mind. Last that was last year. No, it's 23. You got married in 23.
2023. Mm-hmm.
And you went on your honeymoon
Yes.
to Maui,
Maui.
which had just burned.
Oh my gosh, 2 months later.
2 months later, it burned.
Yes.
Now you have announced that you're going to San Diego.
Yes.
As we are filming this,
Yes.
California is burning.
It's burning. It's the LA area is just on fire. It's horrible.
You know, I lived in California for 2 years.
Right. What part?
Redlands,
Redlands.
which is right in the Riverside area. But you drivable to LA. We would go down to LA for a movie and drive back at night because we got to go on the studio lots.
Right, because you were important.
Anyway.
Still are.
But when we got out there, we moved out there in November of 80, I think, a long time ago. And every year it happens, but we were in Redlands, and you looked out and there were mountains, and the mountains would be on fire.
So it happens often?
All the time, but not like they're having now.
Yeah, that one is just spreading into like really populous areas.
It's terrible.
It's horrible. Yeah. Is this like the worst that area has seen ever?
It seems to be, because I mean, Palisades Park was just obliterated, and that's, they've never had fires in Palisades Park to my knowledge, and I was thinking, I wonder how Redlands is doing, because we lived on the top of a little, not mountain, but
a hill.
You could look out and see the valley down below us where we lived, and I can just imagine, the way it's spreading. The Santa Ana winds are something that occur every year, and they talk about it's time for the Santa Anas. They're strong winds, hot winds, and
that's what causes
everything.
Wildfires, yeah.
But my thoughts and prayers, I'm sure yours are too, are with everybody out there. I've got a lot of friends who live in California, and that's just watching the news and everything. It's just horrible to watch.
Yeah.
But don't announce the next place you're going on vacation.
For whatever reason, the wildfires are chasing me.
Are chasing you.
I don't know what it is.
Because
to be fair, I'm going to the San Diego area.
But San Diego,
it's close though.
They said they were
trickling down.
Trickling down, yes.
Gosh.
And I wonder how LA will be affected.
Yeah.
But Maui has come back.
Yeah, they've rebuilt.
And I'm sure California will too, and the whole thing. But boy, that's bad.
It is just horrible.
Yes.
Praying for those people.
Absolutely, and California is still one of the great places to visit. Wouldn't want to live there anymore.
Right.
Had my time out there for 2 years, but still is a great place to visit. And we'll get a full report when you go.
Yeah, that's
when are you
right.
Going?
I'm going first week of April.
Oh, okay.
So come back on the second week of April and find out how it was.
So you got that. We'll get a full report, on-ground report.
Absolutely.
Because she's going to be touring LA and seeing all those sites.
All the things. So come back.
Well, hate to end on a sour note, but we do have our thoughts and prayers to all the people in California. I hope you keep doing your thoughts and prayers too. But this has been Tell All Tuesday. I'm Jackie K. Cooper with
Amber Howell.